This is a 2011 Cadillac Escalade EXT. This is one of Cadillac's last available pickup trucks, and today I'm going to give you a tour on all the little quirks and features that this Cadillac has to offer. Then I'm going to take it out on the road, and then I'm going to give it a KEV score. If you want to see more videos like this, make sure you click the link in the description or go to youtube.com/KevinGannitz, where I create vlogs every single Sunday. Now, I want to start with the grill on the outside first, and that's because I'm using a barbecue grill to actually record this video. As you could see, I have no tripod that's big enough to stand up by itself, so I'm dragging a barbecue pit grill around with me wherever I go just to record this video. Outstanding. Now, one of the greatest features of having a Cadillac Escalade fully loaded is that you have these running boards that open when you open the doors. But we have a problem with my truck. Apparently, I don't take care of my trucks that well, because as you can see in this clip, only one of my running boards is actually down, and that's because they got stuck in that position. So I'm going to show you now what happens when we open the door, and this is the reason why I leave it off. Tremendous. Now, a quirk I have with my Escalade EXT is that one of the center caps are fake. And I have a good explanation for this. When one of my rims accidentally cracked, I went on OfferUp and Craigslist and I searched for a new rim to purchase, because to buy a new rim from Cadillac is a ripoff. So I found an identical rim to my truck for $150. After some negotiating with the gentleman, I got the rim for $100. Now, the gentleman not only gave me the rim, he gave me the Cadillac center cap and an extra unlabeled center cap, as you guys can see here. I put the regular Cadillac logo hubcap on my truck, but in a previous vlog I made, which I'll link right here, it fell off immediately after putting on, and it's all Eric Jimmy's fault. Now, ironically, the fake hubcap has been staying on just fine. I never ordered a new one. Now, the plan was to show you guys how these covers come off of the bed. There's little latches that you open up, and they come off one by one. They're labeled 1, 2, and 3. Now, when you take these off, you have full access to the bed. The reason I can't show you any of that is my dad put a lot of work and business items inside of my truck. So unfortunately, I cannot open this. What I can show you, however, is these secret side compartments. You see, you put your key in and then you press it and it opens. And inside, there is a lot of room. Now, I have unnecessary things in here, like Air Force tire inflator, because as you guys know, I'm always having flat tires for really no reason. Now, there's one on each side, and to close it, you simply press down. And what's neat about this is, like I said before, you can put the key inside and lock it, so nobody gets to your secret compartment belongings. And now we come down to the key fob. Now, if you have any kind of Cadillac, you'll know that this looks familiar. You have your unlock buttons, your lock buttons, your emergency panic button, and you also have a remote start. But there's one feature that you won't see on every Escalade, and that is the Planet Fitness Black card. Now, having the Planet Fitness Black card means that you get to go to the gym whenever you want. But that hasn't stopped me. I am still fat. By the way, this is the button that controls the side steps. But as you can see, the button is broke. I believe one of the kids dropped syrup in there from McDonald's pancakes and sausage. So the button barely even works. So for me to shut that noise off, it is a struggle. But I did it to show you guys on YouTube. Now, inside of the Cadillac Escalade EXT, you have all the normal features that a fully loaded Escalade would have. You have the heated and cold seats. By the way, the cold seats make it feel like you're sitting on toothpaste. It's a weird sensation. You have the sunroof, which comes standard for any Escalade that is fully loaded. You also have automatic closing and reopening windows. And you have all of the rest of the norm. But a few quirks that my Escalade has are of the following. As you can see, the Escalade has wood all over, but not on the steering wheel. And the reason for that being is because it fell off. It came off one day all of a sudden, and I haven't had a chance to glue it back on. So it just sits in the back seat. Now, another quirk about my Escalade EXT is that the radio screen no longer turns on. When you press the button, nothing happens. Now, this happened when my family had control of my truck. Now, that wouldn't be the first time that something went wrong with one of my trucks when my family have taken them. For example, I've had a white 2007 Escalade EXT before this one, and my mother took it to my uncle Ricky's house, and she blew the transmission. Only reverse was working. Absolutely incredible. Another few normal things that the Escalade comes fully loaded with is obviously the Now, the back seat of the Escalade is interesting because it's not a full Escalade, and because of that, the back seats are stationary. The back seats do not move, there's no adjusting them, and they also do not have heated or cold seats. Now, there's a way to get into the truck bed from here, and that is if you pull those little loops. Is that what they're called? If you pull those little loops. Now, once you pull those loops, you pull these chairs down and you'll have access to the trunk. Now, usually in these compartments, it's clean, it's elegant, it's beautiful, but not in my truck. In my truck, it is full of random things. Like, for one, we have a sugar holder. I don't drink coffee. Why is this in my car? Second of all, we have Clorox wipes. Then we have a bunch of UPS sending receipts, a pair of headphones that don't even work with the iPhone because I don't have a headphone jack. We have a mask. We have Lena's flower for her hair. And we also have some Giorgio Armani Acqua di Gio for when you get in the car and you smell like ass. Another quirky feature that this Escalade has is the gas pedal and brake raising and lowering button. So if you're on the short side, you could press this button and the pedals will come to you. Something else about the radio I want to point out to you guys is that in the 2011 Cadillac Escalades at the time, they did not have Bluetooth. But luckily, I've had this. This is a Bluetooth receiver that you connect your phone to and you plug it into your car's AUX port, which then gives you the ability to hear your phone over Bluetooth. Now, it works great for radio, for YouTube, but it is horrible for phone calls. So now that I've showed you all the quirks and features on the inside and outside of the Escalade EXT, we're gonna take it out on the road. So now we're getting on the road with the Escalade, and the first thing I want to tell you guys is how comfortable this car is. Now, the car retailed for $89,000 US back in 2011. Now, we got this car in late November of 2011. We actually got this car 3 days before my birthday, which is November 21st. Driving this car, you just feel like a king. You feel like a double stuffed burrito, kind of. You're comfortable. You're driving. It's just the way this car drives, the way it feels. Now, one of my tires are low on air, but that doesn't take away the driving experience. I can't believe the power that this car has. It's got so much horsepower. It's got so much torque for a Cadillac luxury pickup truck. It's freaking incredible. I can't believe it. It's tremendous. Another thing with this truck is that you're high off the ground and the people around you know that you're in luxury. I'll never forget one time we was in New York City and my dad made a left on red by accident. But the people that was crossing the street was crossing the street. So they started running out of the way and my dad was like all panicky while he was driving. And then the lady that was crossing the street said, "He can't do that." And then a gentleman that was also walking said, "Yes, he can. He's driving an Escalade." Turning with this truck, just changing lanes, maneuvering, avoiding accidents, just everything I'm doing with this truck, it feels amazing. And I've driven shitty trucks before and they don't have the power, they don't have the comfort. Another quirk I forgot to mention is that I have lumbar support built into the chair, which moves electronically. So there's a little wheel on the side of the chair that you move up and down for ultimate comfort. Now, at the time of getting this truck, my dad was forcing the issue. I didn't want it at the time because it was a lot of money. $89,000 for a truck is nothing to sneeze at. But my dad brought it home anyways, and for the next 72 months, I paid $1,121. You heard that right. $1,121 for 72 months. That was not an easy payment to make. And that was the 2011 Cadillac Escalade EXT. So now I'm going to give it a KEV score. When it comes to style, I think the Escalade EXT kept its cool factor, and I'm giving it a 7.5 out of 10. When it comes to horsepower and raw ability, the Escalade has 400 horsepower, and I'm giving it a 7.5 out of 10. Now, this is the boasting category, or as Rom like to call it, barimatza. When you meet somebody for the first time and they see your truck and they tell you that they just had the same truck and sold it for $4,000, that means that they was jealous on your truck and they're trying to make shit out of your truck. So because of that, I gave it a 9 out of 10. Now, this is the category I like to talk about where the kids eat food in the back seat. The back seat gets so dirty from chicken nuggets and french fries that I give it a 2 out of 10. Next, we have the I'm sad category, and I'm sad because they don't make these pickup trucks anymore, and the next pickup truck I get is most likely not going to be from Cadillac, and because of that, it gets a 5 out of 10. Finally, we have the all-around category. What do I feel about the Escalade EXT from 2011? And the answer is I feel great. So I give it a 7.8 164211815 out of 10.